ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting so sick and tired of this. How they belittle a victim, Ma'Khia Bryant, a 16-year-old girl, and how you guys in the comment section had the audacity to say, "Oh, she deserved being hit because she got a knife." Oh, well, if she wouldn't pick up that knife, the cop would have shoot her. Really? You got stories of white suspects. This is one of them. What I'm about to read to you guys. This is one of the You see a lot of white suspects did far more worse than what Ma'Khia Bryant did. Far more worse. And matter of fact, I did stories on Instagram just a week ago of two white suspects. One of them, tried to fled police ran over two police vehicles, then drive around, and one of the officers holding on to his dear life. Right? No tase, no he didn't get tased or shot. Then another incident when an old white man opened fire, shoot with his shotgun, shoot in the air in front of a police station. Again, no tase. He didn't get shot. He was taken into custody peacefully. Now, this happened in Florida. And guess what? This sheriff's deputy, what I'm about to read to you, he's a brother. He's a black man. Right? So this white suspect right here, and this happened, like I said, this incident happened 6 months ago. But I'm just letting you know, the reason why I'm bringing this up is a perfect example of police can de-escalate the situation, and they have police training to doing it. But when it comes to black suspects, we get killed or we get shot. Now, this article comes from the Tampa Bay Reporter. Shouts out to them. It says suspect stabs Hillsborough deputy in the neck. A Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputy was taken to the hospital after a fleeing suspect stabbed him in the neck. Deputy Charles Williams was released from the hospital Monday, October 12th morning, which was last year. Williams has been employed with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office in September of 2017. Nicholas Ryan Ferguson, 21, was also taken to the hospital for evaluation. He was cleared and then booked into jail. Now I'm going to stop you right there. So let me get this right. This officer, the sheriff's deputy, which he is black, captured a white suspect. And you know what? And before I continue with this article, this has never happened, right? When a black officer detained a white suspect peacefully, even though he got stabbed in the neck by him, he still restrained him, get this restraint, and still nabbed him peacefully. But all you people in the comments section had a lot to say about what happened with Ma'Khia Bryant. She shouldn't have a knife. She shouldn't, basically, if she wouldn't have a knife, that police officer wouldn't have shot her. And by the way, that police officer didn't even say police, not one time. Didn't even say put the knife down, not one time. All the officer told the other women, get down, get down, get down, 3 times in the video. So don't come in this comment section and say, oh, she shouldn't be. Please, I don't want to hear that. Let's continue with the article. He is charged with attempted felony murder of a law enforcement officer, resisting an officer with violence, and resisting an officer without violence. He is being held at the Falkenberg Road Jail on no bond. Ferguson was arrested in February 2019 on charges including battery, domestic violence, aggravating assault with a deadly weapon, and resisting an officer without violence. An incident happened at about 12:43 p.m. Sunday, October 11th, after deputies were called to a home to the Fish Hawk Ranch neighborhood of Lithia to help. Grace Point with an involuntary mental health evaluation. So this guy has some mental issues. But let's continue. Grace Point will often request the assistance of law enforcement during these types of evaluation. At this time, Ferguson was cooperating with both deputies and Grace Point personnel. After about 1 hour of medical officials speaking with and evaluating Ferguson at 1:52 p.m. upon learning that he will be admitted to Grace Point under Florida's Baker Act, Ferguson fled from the home on foot into a heavily wooded area. Williams pursued him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the black officer I was telling you about. Williams pursued him on foot while Deputy Nicholas Cruz followed behind them in an HCSO marked patrol car. After a brief pursuit, Williams found Ferguson on a wooden trail. In an effort to calm him down, used de-escalation techniques. Now that's a real police officer right there. He restrained not from killing the white suspect, but he used de-escalation techniques to take him down alive. That's what real cops do. But let's continue. Williams took Ferguson's right arm and attempted to detain him. Unknown to the deputy, Ferguson had a knife on him. Ferguson pulled the knife out with his left hand, reached over his right shoulder, and stabbed Williams in the neck. Ferguson again fled from the area while ignoring verbal commands from Williams to stop. Williams continued his pursuit for another 100 yards before successfully deploying his taser on Ferguson. At this time, both Williams and Cruz were able to detain him. After applying quick clock gauze to his laceration on his neck, Williams was taken to the hospital. This is a prime example of the danger deputies face while trying to serve and protect our community every day, said Sheriff Chad Cronister. Deputy Williams used an incredible amount of restraint by deploying less lethal force on an individual who attempted to take his life. We are grateful that Deputy Williams was not more seriously injured and will make a full recovery. However, that does not make this incident any less severe. We will see to it that this individual is prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law for his actions. And so, ladies and gentlemen, and that's the end of the Tampa Bay Reporter article. So for those of you that want to come to my video making crazy comments about that 16-year-old girl who was killed by Columbus police, that the police didn't have a choice but to shoot this girl. I've been reading comments on my Instagram, on YouTube about what y'all said, and most of them are black people. Oh, well, if she wouldn't have had a knife, she wouldn't have been shot by police. And the article that I just read to you is a perfect example of de-escalation in the situation. And did I remind you guys that the sheriff deputy is black, by the way? Do you know he could have shoot the guy if he wanted to, but he didn't? He restrained himself and he de-escalated the situation by using his taser to detain him. That's real police work. I don't want to hear everybody saying, well, you know, they got poor police training. No, you know what? Nah. If this person had poor police training, they shouldn't be a cop at all. At all. And I'm getting sick and tired of that. You know, all these comments, well, Lyons Den, you know for a fact that she had a knife and she was going to stab that woman. There's situations that police officers allowing stuff to happen, allow a person get stabbed instead of shooting and killing a suspect. The officer could have tased her. They could have done anything to de-escalate the situation, but he didn't. That was poor police work that he did. And the state of Ohio had a stand your ground law. She standing her ground, a 16-year-old girl against two grown 28, 29 women. How is she going? I mean, this ain't no teenage girl she fought. It was two grown women. And she called 911 for help. And then they waited too late to come by. And then that's when they saw, Ma'Khia with a knife. And I'm gonna repeat this one more time so y'all get at least your head examined. Now, the police officer, this is the guy right there, the suspect, by the way. The police officer in the Ma'Khia Bryant case Didn't say police. Didn't say put the knife down. Nothing, y'all. All he told the other woman, get down, get down, get down, 3 times. He didn't say police. He didn't say, told Ma'Khia put the knife down. Nothing. He could have de-escalated the situation. If the woman, I mean, if Ma'Khia knew there was a cop behind her, things would have been different. Or if the officer told Ma'Khia, police, put the knife down, and Ma'Khia saw the cop, she could have put the knife down right there. There's so many other ways to de-escalate the situation. And that cop failed to do so. And then added insult to injury, she was at her own home. She was at her foster parents' house. This story is a perfect example of de-escalate the situation. So, like I said, there's some black cops. You know, there's some incidents like Muhammad Noor in Minneapolis shot a white woman because he was recently didn't know who that person was. He's serving, I think, almost 12 to 15 years in prison for that. Then there's an incident in Louisiana with 2 cops didn't know there's a white boy inside the father's van. He was trying to ran over the police vehicle. They shot the van. They injured the father, but killed the little boy. Which officers, if the officer knew that the little boy in that, they wouldn't, they would handle it differently. But my point is, y'all, there's incidents out there that, when black officers shot or killed a white boy or a white man, he served prison time for that. In this situation, this sheriff's deputy did the most bravest thing ever. Not only he's trying to prevent from killing this man, but he want to make sure he's alive. Guess what? They took this man to the hospital, then placed him in, and then taking this man into custody. There's ways of handling in situations like this. And for the officer that shot, Ma'Khia Bryant 4 times, killing her, instead of de-escalate the situation at her house. And then the person that needs to be charged are these 2 grown women because they're in their house. They're ready to fight them, not the other way around. So I don't want you guys to comment. I welcome all the comments on my videos. I greatly appreciate it. But at the same damn time, be decent about the shit. Be decent about it. Because every comment that I read is always about Ma'Khia really blaming victim shaming. This is what it's always called, victim shaming. And I'm sick of it. Y'all let me know what you think. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this Lions Den signing off. Deuces.